A very good morning to you all. Here I am back again with your English lesson, and today I am there with one more grammar lesson, and this is your first lesson of grammar book, which is the sentence. Here we will talk about the sentence. Let's first talk about what it is. Students, you know that English starts off with alphabets and then it comes to words, and then words make words, phrases, clauses, and then it makes sentence. So now what is a sentence? Sentence is an arrangement, is an order of words, but it is correct order of words which gives some sense to the listener. So that is, we have some ideas in our mind all the time. Right now even some idea must be going on in your mind. So for sending that idea or for communicating that idea to others, so we should have some communication. So this sentence will serve as communication platform. That is, we will be able to make others understand that what is going on in our minds, right? So here the sentence in simpler manner means. So now let's see what a sentence is. A sentence is a group of words which passes complete idea or thoughts to others, which I have already explained to you. And remember, if we didn't have these sentences, then all those ideas would have been stuck in our minds. We would have not been able to get it on to others, and everything would have been stuck. Here would have been some traffic jams. So these sentences ease on us. These sentences makes us relieved. So now hence sentence act as a communicator between a speaker and a listener. One who is speaking, one who is passing the idea, and the other one who is getting that idea, right? So it is the communicator between both these two. So now in writing, what a sentence is, like in writing what a sentence should have, a sentence should begin with a capital letter, and that you all very well know, and you apply that also. So now next, it ends with starts, we have told. So now we need to talk about the end. It ends with a full stop, or it ends with a question mark, or somewhere it ends with the exclamatory mark, right? So here are these two things, and then another word which is the aspect of definition, that is, it makes complete sense. The complete idea it passes to the listener. So then next, a sentence must have a verb. Without a verb, without any verb, a sentence cannot be developed, right? For example, a sentence, we have come to know that it makes complete sense, and now we'll be talking about that it has a verb for sure. Without a verb, a sentence cannot be developed. As for example, there may not be any subject present in the sentence, but verb is quite required. For example, if I say get up, what is get up? Get up is a verb, right? A verb phrase, right? And here there is no subject at all, so it is hidden. So, but even then it is regarded as a sentence. So here we are there with an example which is only having a verb phrase, right? So now let's see what are the kinds of sentences. There are different types of sentences. Let's talk about the types of sentences first. So which is the first type of sentence? That is assertive or declarative sentences. Then the another one is interrogative sentences. Then the next one is imperative sentences. And the next one is exclamatory sentences, exclamatory sentences, and then the last one is optative sentences, right? So here are these 5 types of sentences in English language, and now we will talk about in bit detail about these types. Let's move on to the first. We jump to the first category. What is that? Assertive sentence, right? What is that? Assertive or declarative sentence. So now here by the word assert, it itself gives the meaning that it is asserting something. Asserting is, it is declaring something, that is, it is telling something, it is passing some idea or opinion in a simple manner, right? It is declaring about some noun. So now we will be talking about it, the sentences which declares or asserts, which assume something, like we are assuming something in our mind and we are simply getting it, spilling it out for others. So that is assertive sentence. So now it declares a statement, a feeling, whatever feeling is coming in our mind, we are just spilling out. Opinion, incident or event, history or anything, whatever is coming in our mind, whether it is any idea or it is our opinion about something. For example, I have an opinion about my students that you all students are very good. So now this is my opinion. So if I say this sentence, this would be an assertive sentence because I am declaring something, right? So here is an example of assertive sentence. So now assertive sentences can either be affirmative or negative. That is, they can either be used in a positive, affirmative means positive sense. That is, they can either be positive or they can be negative. What is the other category? That is interrogative. One is simple statements. The another one is adding not to that statements, and the next one is adding a question to that statement. But here we are just talking about the positive and negative statements, because those with the questions we have the another type for that, right? So now let's talk about the examples. What is the example of this sentence? Sachin Tendulkar is a good cricket player. It itself is a complete sentence because it is declaring something, it is telling something about Sachin Tendulkar, and it is our idea or it is our opinion. It is not only my opinion, it is a common opinion though. I am talking about it, but still it is telling some sense, it is making some sense too. So that is why it is taken in assertive sentence category. So next one, another example, he is a humble man, right? This is also a complete sentence. Then next one I have taken up, he has many fans across India, right? So that is, here I have followed the sequence of the sentences, but it doesn't mean that these completely or these all together will make only one sentence. This one first is an individual sentence, and the next one is another individual sentence, and the next one is another individual sentence, right? So these were the examples of assertive or declarative. Jumping to the next one, it is interrogative sentence. As I have already mentioned in that category of assertive sentences, that those can be either positive or negative, and then the question cases are not added there in that category. So whatever questions are there, those will be adding in this independent category, which is called interrogative. Interrogative itself means interrogation, that is question mark, that is it would be asking a question to someone. Whatever opinion we have in our mind, if we ask that opinion from others in a question format, that makes interrogative, that makes it interrogative. So this is all about interrogative sentences, the sentences which ask a question is an interrogative sentence. It is very simple category. It usually ends with a question mark, that you all are well ready with that you are to use question in that, isn't it? And then here I am there with examples of them. So that is, have you done your homework? That is a question. And then again, do you want to go there? That is again a question. The idea is there in my mind of going there, but I want to ask it from someone else, from you people. So then I am using that idea in an question manner. So then in a question manner, if I am using the same idea, that would be taken into interrogative sentence category. So now next here I am there with the example, do you read newspaper? Then next I have, how do you go to school? Then look here students, we have different kind of questions. That is, here I am there, have you done your homework? The answer would be in yes or no. And then here, do you want to go there? Again the answer would be in yes or no. Here again the answer would be in yes or no of the example, do you read newspapers? And then, but looking on to this question, how do you go to school? This requires some subjective answer. That is, the answers of the students would be talking about the means or the mode of transport which that student is using to go to school. So that is, the interrogative sentences even would be, the questions would even be of two types. Either yes no questions would have been there, or subjective answers it would be requiring, right? So this is all about the two types of sentences. Rest we will do